Welcome to This Won't Last Long. I'm Michael Crates, and today is episode 7, episode 8 for Twitch, and then episode 6 for other platforms. So yeah, today isn't really like a focus theme thing today, but I did want to talk about just kind of updating like life and shit like that. Um, just adjust the volume here. Okay, so channel update. Like I said last time, I haven't been working on the projects that I want to, really, before school starts. My last year of high school starts, so still scared of that. I'm not getting that done, and not like managing to get that done in September or whatever. I'll just have to settle for that now, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyway, I have been working. Me and my sister just did some stuff last week or a couple days the other day about the chicken skit that I'm doing. Basically, the premise is basically I play like, well, not myself, but like a version, it's just a version of myself, I guess. And my character, um, it's like similar to like the mask and like stuff like that. Basically, my character gets consumed by this chicken mask, and my sister plays like the distraught sister and stuff like that, and like it's interview segments with her segmented between clips of me being stupid with the chicken mask. As I was saying, channel update. So, besides that, I have been working on a Patreon and I launched it yesterday, or the other day, a couple days ago. I have some merch there as well. Um, it's not like unbelievable, like, oh my god, this is the best clothes I've ever seen. I mean, it's pretty cool. I like it. I just try to make stuff I like. Um, so yeah, that's kind of my whole mindset with like everything that I make. Like, just would I like this if I saw this on my recommended anywhere, stuff like that. So yeah, man. And then with other than that, it's just been nothing else. It sucks. It's very annoying. But now there's not that much to do with the chicken skit. So there's gonna be that out of the way eventually, and then I have everything planned, like for real planned, that I need to film and edit and whatever for the choose your own adventure project that I'm working on. Not currently working on, but like I finished planning it and everything. I thought it was already planned, but then I looked back on the Google Notes that I had for it, and I'm like, this is not finished planning. So yeah, hopefully that can be finished, not rushed, but finished in September. Um, and filmed and everything with my friend and me and everything. So hopefully that can be done next month during school and everything. But anyway, that's kind of with the channel update, man. I mean, this isn't really channel, but I was working on this thing. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you guys heard. You've heard of him probably, Matt Watson from Super Mega, as well as he was working for Gamecoms briefly as well. Matt Watson, he also has awesome music and most known for his EP Ouch. And this person on Twitter, this girl on Twitter was having this thread thing for like its 2-year anniversary. And it said like it was like a Google form thing, and you could join. You could like submit one, and it was a message to Matt, and like whatever art you wanted to make for him to support the anniversary. And I did that, and then I made something visual because it's my bread and butter to do that sort of art stuff. I mean, I could have made a video, but kind of too lazy to be honest. But I mean, the art took like an hour or two though, so yeah, the art was actually. I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah, I'll show it to you actually. And so let me just add window. Yeah, window. So the transforming thing could just. Oh no. Oh wait, no. There we go. Okay, so um, I'll describe this for the audio listeners as well. But so the album cover, or yeah, EP cover is this, but lighter in tone and has it says "ouch" and not the blood and the. It's so okay. Basically, the premise is that if you can see that the eyes are like from. I don't think you can notice this from this far away, but the eyes are actually from the cover, the thumbnail of the Mandela Catalog, which is, I'm sure you've heard of it. It's analog horror, and it has to do with alternates, which um, is a thing called, or is a thing in the Mandela Catalog, and I stole the eyes from that thumbnail as well as a mouth from an example of an alternate, what like an alternate looks like, and it was really cool to make because I decided to like make like a horror version of the EP cover, and basically the why the actual Matt Watson's head, like why the alternate version of him is carrying his head. I like decided like, oh, what if an alternate stole Matt Watson's identity, and I thought that was a cool thing to kind of portray in that. So I did that, and I thought that was cool to do, and then I added like noise and pixels to make it kind of look analog horror esque, like static and everything. So, and the blood is for aesthetic. So, yeah. Anyway, that was fun to do. What did I? Oh, I accidentally shrunk the wrong thing. My bad. Okay, there we go. Anyway, yeah. So I did that, and Hopefully Matt sees it. I don't know if he will, but anyway, that's all I've been working on. Other than, I mean, today I was going to talk about Spectacular Spider-Man and watching it for the first time, like fully watching it for the first time, because I've seen it like growing up, like really young and stuff, but I don't remember that, and like I can't have I wasn't old enough to have like an opinion, like just 5 years old being just in like a deep voice being like, yeah, the cinematography in here is really amazing. Like, no, I didn't have an opinion, right? So like now I actually watched it, like experienced it for the first time. So but yeah, I have six more episodes left. Just started the 21st episode of the series at 26. Um, just before I started this live stream, so it's been really good. I've loved this show so much, and my only criticism, I think, just to get that out of the way, it's not necessarily for me, but it's like for other people, which is what a lot of my criticisms tend to be about things nowadays in media nowadays. It's like because a lot of the villains and stuff in Peter's life just come at him from nowhere in this show, and I love it because I know all these characters and because I've seen all the movies and I grew up with Spider-Man and everything, um, comics, whatever. But to the casual, like, oh, I want to know more about Spider-Man. I haven't watched anything of Spider-Man, and then this is like the first thing they watch, or like one of the first things they watch after they watch a couple movies. Without all the characters, without knowing all the characters that are in this, it'd be hard to know, like hard to follow. And but that's just for like the casual viewer. For me and like any other Spider-Man fan who's seen like at least two or three movies, or at least one of the live action Peters, like it's kind of impossible to not follow it if you've seen at least one of those universes. So I mean, maybe that's just me, but yeah. Other than that, it is a great show. I mean, yeah, like I think if they had more time, like more seasons and more episodes, they could have spaced out these storylines more. But for what they got, like that's what I keep in mind as well when I watch it. And like sometimes it goes a little too fast. But then I remember, oh, it's only one season. Like I don't know what happened or why it was canceled. All I know is that it was after the first season, and just like I have to keep that in mind that it's not their fault. Just like studios, I haven't fucking worked in a studio, but I know just as a fan of most things that studios are dumbasses sometimes, most times. Warner Brothers being the key example nowadays in recent history. Don't even get me started on that, but I don't know, maybe I'll talk about that. But yeah, it just like sometimes the show goes a little like, wow, that was fast with Venom, or that was a fast thing with that was a fast arc with Doc Ock. Like it just, but then yeah, I just remember, oh, this isn't their fault. This is the studio's fault being stupid, canceling this amazing show. So spectacular show. God, that was lame, but yeah, it's been a fun ride watching this, and they did one of the highlights has been Electro. They did his storyline way better than because it was the same storyline as TASM 2, as the Amazing Spider-Man 2, with Max working Matt or no, he didn't work at Oscorp, but he worked at for Kurt Connors in this, who was a great substitute for like the scientist person. Um, After he was the lizard, of course, because you had to do that once at least. Yeah, that was great to see that storyline actually being executed well. Like the working for the scientists and tripping in a vat of eels, or like something happening with a vat of eels, and he gets electrocuted. Then he has to get this suit to contain himself, and then he, like he's just a disgruntled employee anyway, so that just makes him. He was already like a mad person, clearly by his personality in that episode, in his debut. So like, I don't know, it's clear that like he would just be a villain anyway, based off of who he is or who he's portrayed as with his personality. So it was executed well, and he's probably one of the best villains in the show. The Sinister Six was great, and I think the fast villains, like the villains going by fast and like going on and off and whatever, actually works to the show's benefit as well, because um, it's hard to know right now where I'm at, almost done with the show. If Tombstone and Osborn are still pulling the strings and like keeping crime going by Spider-Man beating the criminals and in an ongoing cycle. It's hard to know if that's still a thing in the show right now, almost to the end, but at least at the beginning, that worked to the show's benefit. Just, oh, new villain every day. It worked, man, and it still works now for me because again, like I know all these characters, so it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, and I tried my best. That's also, I think, a slight criticism, not necessarily on the show's fault, kind of on the viewer's fault as well. If you've seen like a lot like me, like a Spider-Man in your life, it's extremely hard not to compare the characters, and some of them look very different from other counterparts. Like Gwen, I've never seen have glasses before, so, and like being a nerd and stuff before, so that was easy not to compare. Um, Peter was kind of a mix of Andrew's kind of punk, Toby's kind of uh, nerd, like combined, and that was a new thing for me. So, like as Peter, so that was kind of easy to compare as well. Electro, same with that, because it was a similar storyline, but that was before that, so it was just easy that. So, and then on that, it's like really cool to think of how Spectacular Spider-Man inspired certain like storylines and characters and things. Um, Obviously, chief among them being that storyline with Electro and the Andrew movies. I mean, there was the Venom, um, the Venom storyline from Tobey movies that was in this as well. But I mean, that didn't inspire. I'm sure the Tobey movies inspired the show. So, and then Doc Ock, oh my god, like he's one of my favorite characters in fiction. Like for real, I think I don't know why, but like I'm just drawn to the tragedy in characters. I have no idea why. I don't know why it like, sticks with me in my head, but just he's one of the most tragic characters in fiction like ever. Because he can't control himself. He doesn't know who he is, and obviously, um, in the Toby movies, it's kind of more tragic because in that one he actually has people. He had his wife in his life, and he killed her and by accident, of course. And now he's this lonely, crazy guy. That's why that reunion with Peter in No Way Home is so emotional because like Peter is all he has really, other than himself, and I guess his arms, but they aren't really his friends. So anyway, sorry about that tangent, but back to Spectacular Spider-Man. Green Goblin is amazing. Um, the voice is great too. I don't know who plays him. It sounds like it might be Steve Bloom. I'm not sure. He's amazing though at whatever he does. That dude. Either way, Green Goblin is great, and the arc with Harry, and going to Europe and being off the show for a while was also amazing and a really good like study of Harry. Probably the best Harry thing I've seen, other than I guess like the comics or something. But because the movies just did him wrong, just like Harry was a cool character in the Tobey movies, but the suit, uh, like was not good. Yeah, he was great in the Tobey movies though. But that I guess going back on my statement then, yeah, it's a great show. I don't think I have anything else to. Just a few slight criticisms, not really personal to me. Kind of goes too fast a little bit, but that's not their fault. Studio's fault for canceling it. So great show. And then I still need to finish Cowboy Bebop. I think I have around the same amount of episodes left for that because they have the same amount of episodes, 26. So I think I'm on kind of on par with those. I'll probably finish both shows after I stream this while editing and stuff. So that'll be fun. But I have also watched Jurassic World Dominion, and it was great. There was a lot of parts that didn't work with me, like some of the homages were a little too on the nose for my liking, and uh, some of it was a little bit predictable. But just the overall story, like besides those few like little not nitpicks, but like few like criticisms, uh, it worked. It did because in real life, if a scenario like that happened, like with Jurassic World and Jurassic Park and all that jazz, that's where the world would be headed, with scientists and evil doctors and things. Like uh, they try to they wouldn't care about humans. They would want to evolve a human race. Like it wouldn't matter to them, to the world at that point, and that's what was portrayed in this movie. Like, what if humans had a chance to evolve us and um, they didn't care about a vast majority, or not, or just like a large chunk of humanity. It's just that they didn't care. And the movie explores that, and it explores it well. And I think it wraps up the whole saga, if you want to call it, well. Jurassic, I'm one of the people who not hated, but didn't like Fallen Kingdom. I found like the only really good part to me in that was like, what's it called? The ending with the dinosaurs, some of them escaping, a lot of them escaping, and then the let's take a what are they? The long neck ones. I forget what they're called. Those ones dying off in the fire like that. I think that actually made me cry in the theater. So other than that, it was kind of a shit movie. But um, anyway, Dominion was great. Other than a few minor, major criticisms, and it didn't really go too fast. I felt like the pacing was good. And I mean, the only thing that I think went a bit too fast was Sam Neill and like all those people, Alan, Ian, and Ellie, or Allie, being introduced. I felt like that went a bit too fast. Um, but other than that, it was a good movie. It's a good wrap up. I felt like they could do a bit more, but it was good. And then that Wu guy, the scientist that we thought died at the end of the first one, and stuff, ended up being the good guy, trying to actually save humanity in a good way. Um, and same with the T Rex, he saved, or the T Rex saved everyone, and maybe died. I don't know. Or wait, no, because the ending was saying that biosyn, or yeah, biosyn, where all the dinosaurs are contained, stayed contained. So that's good. And they're all safe and stuff. So yeah, all the dinosaurs are contained and being taken care of, but it's not like a zoo thing anymore. And then um, that Wu guy is gonna save humanity, and then no other bad things will happen. And I guess that's the end of the saga. It's not necessarily sad to me because it's not like Marvel where like this is, I mean, it's been going for a long time, these Jurassic movies, but like it's not that level of like Iron Man dying or the Skywalker saga ending. Like it's like because with those things they still continue. This, I don't think you can really do anything else. You wrapped up the story, you know? Yeah, sure, you could tell her the stories like before, like prequels and things, but I don't know, I don't think people would be interested in that. Because that's why I have like a problem with specific prequels, because so I think here's kind of my mindset on it. Like with Better Call Saul, it adds subtext to Breaking Bad that is very much needed. Unanswered questions, like what happened to Hector? How did Hector, Hector, like how did he get in the wheelchair? How did Gus kind of build up and things? Um, and like how did Saul end up being Saul? Like it answers these things. So like who are certain characters, like who is Mike, things like that. Why is Mike weird? It adds subtext to it, but on the other hand, there's what the there's a prequel like um but like for example, if Peacemaker did die and there was a prequel about or no, sorry. If there was a prequel about Polka Dot Man and we know Polka Dot Man died in the Suicide Squad, that would be a bad prequel because we know he dies. Like it wouldn't be interesting. Or like it may be, it may would have. That's not. It could have been interesting, but be sad and stuff. On the other hand, so. Oh my god, what is with my thing today? Other than that, I haven't been really watching anything though. Yeah, it kind of just sucks not working on projects I wanna. Hopefully, those get finished in September, like I said. Yeah, nothing really else. I mean, yeah. Damn, I really thought I had more. Oh, yes. Kind of on the channel update, forgot to mention this. I had a poll on Twitter. I think I mentioned this last time. Maybe. I don't know. But since I finished playing The Last of Us, I want to play more of those types of solo games for Twitch and things. And then I put Control, which is like kind of similar to Infamous Second Son and like gameplay and stuff, and powers and things. And then there I put Little Nightmares, and then I put God of War 2018, and then I put Batman Arkham Knight. And then out of those four, one person voted Control, and the poll ended a bit ago. I mean, people can still like comment on the tweet and stuff in the thread, so people can still do that if you want to go on the link or whatever. But yeah, so I'll probably do Control if that doesn't even out or anything. Besides that one person, and it'll be fun. I don't know when that will be. It should be fun though. So yeah, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. And like I said last time, hopefully I can keep this up, streaming and things. Yeah, it's gonna be. I can't stress enough how scary that is to. It's gonna be able to balance finishing that project and those projects, the skits and the Choose Your Own Adventure and the skits, as well as balancing school stuff, which I can also post out from that on YouTube and other things, so I can still keep that up while I'm working on the projects and work and people. It's gonna be hard. And that's why, like, it's a lot, so I'm super fucking scared of going by so fast. And, like, I don't want it to, but, especially money too, but I'm gonna set up something with saving money soon on my bank account, so that'll help. Yeah, I don't think I have much else. Damn. Yeah, I mean, oh, She-Hulk. Me and my sister started watching that, and it's been good. The CGI is iffy, but hopefully it gets better. Um, it looks good in some parts, but the problems I have with it is that her her movement, like just the way she moves, isn't like, I know it's a digital. I mean, obviously you know it's like a digital character, but Hulk feels like Bruce feels like a real, like even in Avengers when it, because everybody has the argument of like, oh, it's been years uh with Mark Ruffalo, and it's been like a shorter time with Tatiana. Not really. If you think of the first Avengers, no, not really. They probably spent the same amount of time. Because since the Edward Norton 2008 one, they had to make a completely new like thing for Mark Ruffalo for Avengers. Whenever they started working on the first Avengers, so if you think about it, they probably spent like a, I don't know how long. I'm just gonna guess like a couple of years or whatever. However long they spent on it, building that character up digitally. Um, I don't know where I heard this, or like maybe it was the wrong studio that I'm thinking of, but like that their CGI people are like underpaid. They're like crunched or something. Maybe I was hearing, but maybe I'm thinking of a wrong studio. But hopefully that's not the case. I mean, it's not like Kevin Feige is standing over their shoulders being like, work harder. It's Kevin Feige. It's not an asshole. But yeah, I'm very excited that Wolverine was teased. I can't wait for Daredevil to be in it whatever episode he starts in. Hopefully next one, I think next one will be Wong first, at least first. Maybe Matt is after him. Yeah, I'm excited for that. No idea what the hell's going on with Bruce going to space. I guess Bruce is in a movie, or maybe this will be answered later in the season. I don't know, but as far as I can tell, it's very random. Um, should just be like Bruce off to space. I mean, it makes sense though. At the same time, it's like Bruce needs to kind of be out of the picture for a while, so Jen can do her thing as She-Hulk. So with Daredevil and everyone, I'm kind of bummed about the Johnny Blaze thing was supposed to happen. Not supposed to happen. That was thought was supposed to happen by everyone, including me, most people at least. So that sucks. And then it's not Ghost Rider; it's some magician called Donny Blaze. So it's kind of annoying, but it's not like they planned on doing Ghost Rider, like they did with. Like it's not like the Ralph Boner situation with Evan Peters in WandaVision as Quicksilver. This is different because it's an actual joke character. It's not actually. I'm sure it's not going to be Nick Cage or Ryan Gosling or whoever, right? So I don't know. But yeah, man, Moon Knight, Wolverine being teased, Blade is in the universe. I'm so excited for Midnight Suns. Like a horror team. Yes. So excited. I just like us Marvel fans are gonna keep eating for the next like while. And I know what everybody says. Like I said this, I've said this before. Like the superhero fatigue, but like, and it's not like we're some like, oh, I'm gonna see anything. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna see anything that Marvel sees or Marvel makes. But at the same time, it's because I trust Kevin's vision. It's not because I'm some sucker being like Marvel and run towards the theater. It's like no, I'm like, oh, Kevin made another thing. Cool. I'm gonna go see it. And like I don't like everything. Like Eternals was bad. Um, the Seahawks CGI is bad so far. Um, some of what else was bad? I think all the Disney Plus shows have been good to me so far. I don't. I wouldn't say WandaVision was bad. I would say it was different for me at first, and then Doctor Strange I liked. I didn't love. Um, yeah, WandaVision. Like the ending, I wasn't a huge fan of because of you know that they were supposed to have an alternate ending, um, and stuff like that. So that was kind of disappointing. The ending in that, but like up until that point, it was really like I will forever remember episode 8 because of the what is love if not grief, persevering, or like Vision's line there. And that's one of the greatest lines in Marvel. They'll forever remember Loki for Kang, for Hugh Grant as old Loki, for that amazing intro for the finale, with all the sounds from Marvel and different universes. God, like Far From Home, all of Tom Holland stuff has been good to me as well. Avengers: Days of Ultron was, now that I think about it, I always loved that movie, but now that I think about it, it's kind of the weakest link, one of the weakest links in Marvel. Thor: The Dark World is shit. Thor is okay. Like, I don't like everything. So, Incredible Hulk was actually really good. I really love that movie. Liked it, whatever. And DC is DC. Just Warner Bros. more assholes. Like, jeez, man, like, Jesus. Like, canceling Batgirl, like, I swear, I know I've said this, but I really wanted to see that movie. And, like, not blockbuster enough. Like, what the? Michael Keaton is returning. How is that not blockbuster worthy? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, man. Like, I think the first straw was firing Henry Cavill. That was like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. One of the stupidest things I've ever heard a studio do. The only stupid, I mean, other than the bad things that I just said for Marvel, the only stupid thing that Marvel has done besides those things is fire James Gunn temporarily. For cancel culture, or as I like to call it now, bullshit culture. If it's real, it's real. Like, for example, the Army Hammer stuff being cannibal, I didn't believe that for shit at first. And then I heard, I think my dad was telling me actually that there's like a documentary, and like something out there. It was family being interviewed, and they actually talking about that stuff. Um, and then it's a real and stuff. And they're like, oh well, shit. So, and then the obviously the Justin Johnny Depp and Amber Heard stuff is all real. I mean, some people didn't believe that at first, and immediately went to Amber's side. But and like I didn't, I was very young and stuff, so younger. I wasn't 16, so I didn't follow all that stuff from the start. I just followed the trial, so I can't really say anything. But I know that people didn't believe Johnny for a long time and stuff. So yeah, like it's just the stupidest thing in the culture and studios and corporations and systems in the world. It's very dumb. Like the fact that I knew I wanted to do filmmaking stuff at the beginning of grade 10, and I had to wait 2 years and do math stuff that I didn't need, do geography stuff that I don't need for film. Like, when the hell am I gonna use parabolas in a film or show or short film? When? Please tell me. Like, it's, I don't know, it's stupid. And the fact I think I have to, that's always been. I was about to say the fact that I have to work a lot to get. Yeah, never mind. Because I was about to say the fact that I have to work a lot to get to what I want to do is a normal thing. It's always been a normal thing. I mean, it sucks. Doesn't mean it's not normal though. It's always been a norm in the world. Having to do a 9 to 5, whatever, and then actually getting to it to do what you want to do. I don't plan on doing it long. I plan on doing it only until I have the money to do film stuff. Before that, yeah, I'll keep washing dishes. But yeah, Excuse me. And then I think I will probably vlog going to CNE or the X, September 2nd. I'm going, so I'll probably vlog then. Probably be the next vlog thing. And then yeah, I'll just hope I can work on those projects that I said earlier as soon as possible. Yeah, I guess this is gonna be a little bit shorter of an episode. I don't think I have much else to say. I mean, I've been no, I already said that in other episodes that I've been reading. Well, actually, here's something to talk about. I recently read a book of poetry called 19 by Mackenzie Campbell. And it's 185 pages long, and I didn't know what it was about. I thought it was just because when my sister first got it for me, I don't know when, but it was some thing long ago, like some occasion. Anyway, probably Christmas. Uh, anyway, what happened was I thought when I first got it, I was like, oh, 19. It's about being a young adult and things. That's cool. I didn't know it was exactly what I needed to hear the other day, because I don't talk about this anywhere except some of my older TikToks, um, like 6 months ago and stuff when it first happened. But I've been going through a breakup and stuff since like 6 months ago ish. And anyway, um, I don't need to talk about it past that. Anyway, these I just wanted to say it for the context. These poems are like exactly what I needed to hear the other day. Like being sad about it and shit. Um, and just like a lot of it isn't like on the nose too. Um, a lot of it is like just kind of broad as well. Like just the theme of like continuing to keep going and continuing to like live and stuff like that and survive and things is like probably the main theme of this book of poetry. And it's really cool. I might start writing poems. It's like a shit, and it doesn't even need to like be direct as well. The advice can be like hidden. And it's a really cool thing. Yeah, I might start doing that soon. I started journaling. Yeah, hobbies are very good. Hobbies are awesome. So yeah, I guess I'll finish Spectacular Spider-Man and Cowboy Bebop a little bit. Probably now, maybe. And then I think that'll be next episode, talking about those two shows. Can run analyzing those. I mean, I can show you guys a bit of my yeah. Let's show you guys my Patreon first. Just get the window capture. See, that's what the Patreon looks like right now. So I have a few things of what I have so far. Yeah, so the Choose Your Own Adventure is called The Interview. And then I have some stuff for my chicken skit and some bloopers for it. What I have so far. Without that friend that I said I was working on the stuff with. And then so yeah, the official Patreon, it's all in like Canadian, so it's $3.99, and then the second tier is $11.99, and the last tier is $32.99. So you can get a personal shout out. I got all the tiers because I saw Real Rejects doing this. It's like patron of the day. Obviously, I wouldn't have that, but I'm just offering like that to like kind of do a similar segment at the end of my videos. Eventually when this shit kind of grows more. So yeah, and then the merch. How can I see this? I wonder if it's on benefits, the merch. Maybe? No. Okay, I guess not. I guess I don't know how to. Oh, maybe I can. Oh, damn. Yeah, damn, I guess you can't see them, but anyway. So the only merch that you get is in the second tier, the $11.99 one, and you get a t-shirt, and the third one is it's like a loyalty program, so you get like a new thing every 3 months. It's like a hoodie, a tote bag. This isn't in order, but like a hoodie, a tote bag, a mug, a sticker, and I forget the order. But yeah, those are the things you get. And so that's cool because that's for like a year, and then you like can wait for the next thing, and then yeah, that's at the last tier though. I mean the first tier is literally you can uh, interact with some polls, and you can see some posts, some behind the scenes things. I think that's it. Yeah. And obviously there's like messages and stuff as you can see there, but yeah. That's kind of what you got in the first tier, and the second tier and third tier I already kinda said. So that'd be cool when that stuff grows, but and I wanted to show something on the drive. And as well as the Choose Your Own Adventure series, this is also something I cannot rush because it's like important to me. Daredevil, why I love it. And I have that much so far, almost a page worth of writing, worth of content and videos and things and clips and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know who I would. I mean, I've always edited these kind of things by myself, these video essays, but like the scripts and things. I think it's pretty good so far. I think that's the key to it. That I just don't rush it. That I just don't rush it. I've had to rush certain things, certain ideas this summer that I've had, but video essays, I don't think so anymore, at least. Yeah, I'm just skimming over this. There's like Matt Murdock is extremely relatable. And there's a superhero show. There's a show about superheroes and a guy in tights talking about broken people and darkness and extremely human ideas, and he's wearing red tights. It's like that's an extremely cool thing to me, and I think I just grip onto that stuff. Um, as I'm sure most people do, because we're human and we also experience those things as well as Matt does, and that's just awesome to me. Especially with like it's not just Daredevil that talks about sort of things. There's also like Falcon and Captain America and the Winter Soldier talked about racism heavily and like that sort of stuff and politics and power and change. Loki talked about isolation and being an outcast and nobody getting you, which is an extremely human thing. Uh, sorry, cut on my foot. Um, yeah, just these characters are so amazing, and Spider-Man, chief among them. Like I'll never forget. This is also one of my points in the Daredevil video essay. What Andrew Garfield said in his speech at Comic Con. I think it was 2011. Um, where he was talking about how Spider-Man has always saved him. Now we can feel Spider-Man's shoulder on him right there, in front of the stage. And yeah, even though these characters are fictional, you can sometimes feel that. You can sometimes feel Peter's or Matt's or whoever's Bruce's hand on your shoulder, telling you it's gonna be alright. When you watch Spider-Man 2, when you watch Daredevil or The Dark Knight, they're heroes, and all you can do is just aspire to be a little more like them every day. I think that's a good thing to look up to and aspire to be. Yeah. Alright, with that note, I think that's gonna end off here. Hope you folks enjoyed. Hopefully the mic was better this time. I really hope. 'Cause I know the larger mic has been a problem recently. Don't know why. I don't know how to fix it. I'll try to look into it, but hopefully this webcam mic was better. I'll find out in a minute when I start editing this, but yeah, see you guys either when I start next playthrough of Control or next week. I have the next episode of this, which is going to be talking about Cowboy Bebop and Spider-Man, or Spectacular Spider-Man. So yeah, this has been Michael Crates. This has been This Won't Last Long, and bye bye.